Alright, today we're going to be trying to hand form the fan shroud for this old Gravely. Now this thing has been broken for years, hanging on by one screw. It goes right here. This is the exhaust manifold side, and it looks to me like the exact same part will fit on the intake manifold side and help this thing cool off. It'll draw air from the middle and pull it out out the fan, or vice versa. I'm not sure which way the fan blows, but we're going to make two of these from scratch. Hang tight. Okay, this one's bent a little bit right here. It really, I believe, should be straight. Okay, for the cuts, we're going to be using a Harbor Freight air nibbler, part number 46061. Had this for a few years. I don't use it that much because it makes a heck of a mess. Another rough one. Alright, we're going to do some grinding on these things. Let's get the tabletop cleaned up. You've got, when I say it makes a mess, here's what you end up with a nibbler. A lot of shrapnel. You wouldn't want to walk in here barefooted for a while until I get the floor swept up anyway. Okay, now we're going to do some work with the grinder. Try to anyway. It'll be hard. I can't hardly see. Well, I've decided to use this die grinder. Again, it's a Harbor Freight Central Pneumatic, part number 36572, and doesn't get a whole lot of use around here. I don't do a whole lot of metal work, obviously. You can tell by the way I'm working. Okay, what we ended up with was two pieces of metal that are close enough to being the same where I can make these heat shields or fan shrouds, whatever you want to call them. They're not heat shields. They direct the airflow around the fins of the Gravely engine, the 7.6 horsepower anyway. The one thing you got to remember is, I mean, you make them both the same as you can, but you have to bend them in opposite directions, because one's going to go on the left, one's going to go on the right. The short side goes on top, long side on bottom, and it curves around. So I've already looked at the original and kind of got a hammer that's about the same radius there. If you look at the basically the apex of this bend, it's probably 3/8 of an inch past the cutout here. That's kind of what I'm going to base my bend on. So I've transferred a line using a square so I don't try to hammer something crooked here. I got my bag. I'm gonna attempt to beat that panel and get that bend right. Next, what we're going to do is put in the screw holes. Put them in a little small. We got some self-tapping screws that go in there. Okay, we got our holes drilled to, I hope, where they're supposed to be. What we got to do now is try to tap some threads in this sheet metal. Well, what I didn't take into account was that this was broken, and I kept the broken piece, but when I was drilling my holes, I didn't even think about that. I just saw a hole. This is an unused hole. That didn't go anywhere. So the broken piece shows me that the hole should be here and here. So we will not be using the bottom hole on the fat side, on the wide side. So now I've got to drill 2 more holes and tap them. Well, I'm satisfied with that. I like it. I like it. I'll get some primer on that and paint it and reinstall them. That thing hadn't had a intake side heat shield on it in years. And this one's been broken for years. So it's better than it was. Thanks for watching.